So this will be a polyvagal practice. It's really suitable for bedtime. You can use it at other times of the day also, but it's a fantastic evening wind down practice. And this idea of being a polyvagal practice is all to do with how we tone and heal through our nervous system. So the kind of theme or maybe a little personal mantra you might like to have running in your mind is about feeling safe, secure, at ease. You might even like to say to yourself, may I be safe, or may we be safe. One of the things that's really key to this polyvagal toning is our facial expressions. So I invite you now to find yourself a comfortable seated position, and once you're settled in your seat, to softly close your eyes or just look down if you prefer, and smile a little smile to yourself, like a secret, beatific beam, a friendliness towards yourself. And in this smiling, softening the muscles of your face, your jaw, your neck. You can leave your eyes closed if that's your preference, or you can have them softly open. And start to bring your awareness to your breathing. At first, we notice the natural breath. Simply feeling the breath through the nostrils, through the throat, moving in and moving out of the body. And as we pay attention to our breathing, it's quite natural for it to become a little slower and deeper. You can gently encourage that deepening, cultivating a sense of fullness on your in-breath, a sense of emptying out the breath as you exhale. And just for your next few rounds of breath, try extending that exhalation even further, breathing out with a bit of effort till you feel like you've almost emptied your breath, and then effortlessly allow the in-breath to come back in. Good. We'll start to bring a little movement to our neck now. So start by slowly lowering your chin to your chest, keeping the rest of your spine upright. And we're getting a sense here that the back of the neck can lengthen and the shoulders can drop away from your ears. With an in-breath, slowly lift your chin and start to tilt your chin up, just feeling your way into it. Looking up, feeling the front of the throat opening. And bringing the head back to neutral, this time dropping one ear towards the shoulder. And you can gently encourage that stretch by bringing the same side hand over your head, touching near the opposite ear and gently lengthening. If you even want a little more sensation of length down the side, you can reach that hand out, walking the fingertips away. On an in-breath, release, come back up to neutral and tilt your head to the other side. And in the same way, using the hand, gently drawing the head down and perhaps creeping the fingers away. And releasing and bringing the head back to neutral. This time drop your chin towards your armpit. Using the hand again, this time the hand comes more to the back of the head. You can feel that sort of occipital lump where your skull dips in towards the neck curve. Try touching there as you draw the chin towards the armpit. And this time the stretch is more, well, it slightly shifts. You can feel for yourself. As you release, take a moment for your head to move through neutral and just feel the after effect of the stretch. And then tuck your chin towards the opposite armpit. And in the same way, touching that occipital nodule there, that bit of bone you can feel, where the skull dips into the neck. Drawing the chin to the armpit, feeling that length through the neck, across the traps. And then gently releasing. Good, you can give the shoulders a few rolls here. Rolling them back and then rolling them forward. We'll take an in-breath and reach tall. And then reach your fingertips out in front of you. Let your bottom lift off the ground. And see if you can find your way onto all fours. Spreading out your fingers and planting your shins on the mat or the floor. Start to gently flow with a cat-cow movement. As you exhale, you can round and press up through the shoulders. As you inhale, lift the chin, look up. Flow like this a few times, synchronizing your movement with your breath and feeling that sense of fluidity from the whole length of the spine, tailbone to crown of head. And from this quite contained cat-cow, you can start to free up your movement here. Maybe start to shift the hips side to side. You can bring some sort of spiraling action in. You might be familiar with this move as a kind of marauding bear. You can bend and straighten elbows as well. And the key thing here is to really let your head become loose. Let your neck be free. Shifting the positioning. And if you've been spiraling all in one way, maybe shift direction. Spiral back the other direction. Good. And then you can spread your knees a little wider apart and sit yourself back into a child's pose. You might like to have something under your head, a pillow or a bolster. You could also cross your arms, make a pillow for your head. Taking a few slow, deep breaths here, thinking about expanding the breath in the back of your lungs, back of your rib cage. And here in Balasana, you might return to your ideation, your mantra, knowing that you're very stable and secure here. May we feel safe. May I be safe. On your next in-breath, slowly lifting up, bringing your hands to the mat, checking that you're spreading the fingers. Bring the knees back under your hips. Tuck your toes and we'll lift our hips into Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. And give yourself a few breaths here to start to lengthen through the back of the legs, allowing the heels to gradually sink earthward. And you can bring a little bit of flowing movement here, taking weight forward into your hands and back into your heels. And then we're going to come into a thoracic rotation. Take your right hand through to clasp the left leg and look up under your left armpit. And then releasing that right hand back to the ground. Let's do the same to the other side. Left hand reaching through. Look up under your right armpit. And then releasing that hand back to the mat, lowering your knees, sitting back on your heels, returning to your Balasana, your child's pose. Maybe this time you like to tuck the arms beside your knees. Let the shoulders really soften. Slowly beginning to lift, bringing hands back to the ground, tucking toes under, returning to your downward dog. And from here, you're making your way to a standing position. by walking the feet forward and coming into an Uttanasana, or a standing forward fold, with your head hanging down. Feet can be together or apart, whatever feels stable. Knees can be slightly bent if that's comfortable. Let the arms hang and really let your neck be free again. Maybe turning the head a little, side to side. Crossing your arms, catch hold of your opposite elbows, and with a softness to your knees, and gently swaying the torso side to side. And coming back to a still point, start to roll up. As you lift, open through your armpits, lift your chest, and on an out breath, release your arms down. Good. Let's inhale and take both arms up, keeping shoulders soft, fingers reaching. Taking a few deep breaths here. As you exhale, you might step the feet a little wider apart and tip to one side. Lengthen down the side of your body. The top arm can be soft, or you can have a little more reach through the fingers. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhaling over to the other side, feeling that length through the side body. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhale, release your arms and bring your hands into the small of your back. So you want to get a feeling that you're supporting your lower back and your hands are positioned almost like you wanted to slide your hands into your jeans pockets. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Inhale as you lift your chest, press your hips forward, tilt your chin up, and find a little back bend here. And gently returning to neutral, softening the arms down and give them a little shake out. So we're releasing any tension that's held in the body. We can step the feet even slightly wider as we start to sway the arms, bringing in a bit of a twisting action, letting your head turn. Your arms can get a bit of momentum going. It's fine if you're kind of thwacking yourself. In the back it feels quite nice. For me anyway, make it feel how you want it to feel, the level of intensity that suits you. But we're trying to build a little bit of momentum here with this very rhythmic movement. If you feel like you're twisting into your knees, you might lift the heels more and get a bit of vigor and momentum going. And then you can start to let it slow down. Allow that momentum to naturally drift and drift some more and drift some more and drift some more until you return to your still point in the center. Let's return to that rolling of the shoulders. Shoulders rolling back a few times. And shoulders rolling forwards a few times. Good. Try stepping your feet out wider now. And have one foot facing straight to the end of your mat, the other heel dropped back. As we come to something like a Virabhadrasana or Warrior Two, lunging into one knee, looking out over the fingertips. Taking a few breaths here, finding some strength, some energy in the legs. And then shifting into an extended side angle, you could rest the forearm above the knee, or if you wanted to go deeper, you could drop that hand to the floor or to a block if you have one, or a book. Inhale, lifting up. You can turn the palm up and drop the back hand onto the leg, find a little dancing warrior. Inhaling back, this time interlacing your hands. Turn your chest to face your front knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale as you fold your head down to the inner knee and raise your arms away from your back. Humble warrior. Inhale, lifting up. You can let the legs straighten. Having your heels out, your toes in. Fold forward. Letting your hands rest where they reach. If they reach the ground comfortably, soften your head down. If they don't reach the ground comfortably, you could hold your shins. Bringing the hands out in front, walk them forward until your wrists are below your shoulder. Keep your right hand grounded and open up through the left arm, turning to look up at your thumb. And letting that left hand come down, it kind of knocks the other one up like a pendulum. Looking up. And letting that hand return to the ground. Hang the head for another couple of breaths and just let the head move around freely. Slight bend to the knees, lifting up. And we'll take those lunges on the other side. So have your other foot now facing one way, and the back heel drops out, lunging into your Virabhadrasana, Warrior Two. Coming into your extended side angle, either resting above the knee or if you choose to, lowering that hand to the floor or to a block. Keep breathing, slow and steady. Inhale, lifting up. Return to that warrior pose. Turn the left hand up this time and drop back, looking up to the sky or the ceiling. Inhaling, lifting. Interlacing the hands behind you. Inhale to lift your chest, folding into your humble warrior. Inhale, lifting up. And once again, we'll fold forward, finding the ground or your legs to hold on to as you draw the head down and release the neck. And this time, supporting yourself with your hands, walk the feet in a little bit closer and find your way into a squat. Everybody squats very uniquely, so make it work for you. Heels could be up or down. You can have a gentle side-to-side movement. And then using your hands for support, find your way to sit on your bottom and bring the soles of your feet together. We'll slide the feet quite a distance from the torso, so we have a sort of long diamond shape in front of us. And we're softening forwards in a fairly passive style, letting the head hang. So in this practice, we really do want the head to hang into space. We're trying to make some length in those vertebrae in the neck. So really let gravity draw your head earthwards. Let your shoulders be soft, arms loose. Feel your knees sinking earthwards, legs loose. We're staying here for a little while. You might even choose to turn your hands palm up so you can resist any urge to draw yourself deeper. Just allow, that's the feeling here. Whatever feels right for your body, allow that. And as we stay for a while, it could be that different sensations arise. Your practice is to be with those feelings. If you notice your mind wandering off, come back to the breath and the sensations in your body. Feeling into this posture for just a few more breaths. As you complete your next out breath, slowly begin to lift your head. And I invite you here to bring your hands to your feet. And if it suits you, to press your thumbs into the soles of your feet and give yourself a bit of self-massage. You can press as hard or as light as you like. I really quite like pressing my thumbs quite deep into the arches. You do what feels nourishing and comforting and safe and soothing for you. And when you've had enough on your feet, you can start to move your hands slowly up your legs. I like to squeeze the muscle against the bone to invite it to soften. So we're really giving permission to the muscles of the legs that have supported us to let go now. They can release. You can move as far up the legs as feels comfortable for you. And when it's enough for you, I suggest that you use your hands to draw your knees up, bringing feet to the ground. Lean back on your hands. Take an in-breath here, and as you exhale, shift the knees to one side, head to the other. Moving with your breath, you can start to sort of windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And then bringing the knees back to center, try wrapping your arms around your shins and giving yourself a hug. Slowly unfurl. It's time now to take rest. So I invite you to use whatever cushions and supports you like and find your way into a resting position on your back. So you can lie down. And as you make your way to the ground, as you make your way to the ground, just settling yourself, letting the feet flop out to the sides. Perhaps having the hands turned palm up away from your body. Or if you prefer, you could rest your hands on your belly. Check in with the whole body, inviting softness and looseness here. Feet and legs, soft and heavy. Belly free to move with each breath. Feel the weight of your arms, your shoulders sinking earthwards. Allow your eyes to rest closed if that's comfortable. You might even place an eye pillow or something over them. Check in with the muscles of your face. Notice where the tongue is resting and make some space between the bottom teeth and the top teeth. You can even let your mouth drift open, maybe give the jaw a gentle wiggle side to side. And then lightly resting the face, cheeks sliding earthwards, eyes sinking deep. Granting yourself this time, permission to rest. Staying aware of the breath. And if it suits you, returning to your mantra, your statement, your affirmation. A felt sense of safety. For yourself. And if it's easier to wish this for others, you might frame it to yourself, may we be safe, collectively. Staying here longer if you wish, or if you're ready to begin to shift, you can bring your awareness to where the back of your body meets the firm surfaces that support you. Noticing the back of the heels, the hips, the head especially. For your next few breaths, you might try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if you feel comfortable too, you can even vocalize or sigh on the out breath. As you feel ready, beginning to bring some movement to your hands and your feet, wriggling fingers and toes, and then perhaps circling at the wrists, circling at the ankles. Now on an in-breath, you might like to extend the arms overhead. And if a sigh or a yawn wants to come, allow it. From here, I invite you to bend up your knees, to give yourself another hug imbued with kindness. Taking your preferred arm overhead, you can roll onto your side and just pause there. Keep your knees drawn in if you like to feel cozy. And slowly making your way up to a seated position. And I invite you to join me in closing our practice by chanting 3 long Oms together. You can press palms together in Anjali Mudra. Softly bow your head. Again, the option is there to close your eyes or look softly. We'll take a deep in-breath and chant 3 long Oms. Inhale deeply. may you be safe and well. May all beings everywhere be safe and well. Thank you.